Hey guys, today we're going to do Sodor Superstars Hall of Fame. So yeah, I'm going to do the James and Red Balloon one soon, but now it's a Percy Chocolate Crunch one, so yeah.
Welcome to Sodor Superstars. This is your chance to get to know your island friends. You can learn Thomas's favorite saying, or a fun fact about James, or maybe you want to find out where Salty's favorite island spot is. Simply use the direction buttons to choose the friend that you would like to learn more about, and then press enter. Each superstar appears in a Percy's Chocolate Crunch episode. So once you become more familiar with each friend, make sure you check them out in the main feature. Or better yet, use your direction buttons to click on other starring roles and push enter. Here you will find a list of other videos where your friends can be found. Have fun and come back again and again. Thomas is a cheeky, fussy engine who often gets into scrapes by being over-eager to do things best left to bigger and more sensible engines. As you can see, Thomas is blue. His favorite saying is, "I'm a really useful engine." You can catch him in many starring roles, including Thomas and Bertie's Great Race, and Thomas Comes to Breakfast. But did you know that Thomas was given Annie and Clarabelle after helping with some troublesome trucks? Get to know him at his favorite island spot, the countryside, pulling Annie and Clarabelle. You can see Thomas and other exciting Thomas and Friends adventures on these videos.
Thomas and Bertie's Great Race is available on 10 Years of Thomas, which Thomas and Bertie's Great Race is also available on Engine Friends, The Early Years, and James Learns a Lesson. And for Thomas Comes to Breakfast, it's still on the same name as the DVD. Yeah.
Percy is the junior member of my principal team of engines. He's a very hard worker. As you can see, Percy is green. His favorite saying is, "Little engines can do big things." And he's often proving this to his island friends. You can catch him in many starring roles, including Thomas, Percy, and the Dragon, and Percy's Ghostly Trick. But did you know that Percy was brought to my railway when Gordon, James, and Henry went on strike? Get to know him better at his favorite island place, the seaside. You can see Percy and other exciting Thomas and Friends adventures on these videos.
Thomas, Percy, and the Dragon is available on Thomas, Percy, and Dragon. It's also seen on Thomas's Halloween Adventures, The Greatest Stories, and Best of Thomas. And Percy's Ghostly Trick is available on Best of Percy. It's also available on 10 Years of Thomas and Friends. The same name as the DVD, which is Percy's Ghostly Trick, Thomas's Halloween Adventures, and The Greatest Stories.
Gordon is the senior member of my engine family, the fastest and the strongest, and he knows it. He has a good heart, but sometimes takes on jobs that are even too big for him. As you can see, Gordon is blue. You will often hear him saying, "I'm the fastest engine on the island," and you can catch him in many starring roles, including A Better View from Gordon and Gordon and the Gremlins. But did you know that Gordon was the first engine on Sodor to have a queen as one of his passengers? Get to know him better at his favorite island spot, Gordon's Hill. You can see Gordon and other exciting Thomas and Friends adventures on these videos.
A Better View for Gordon, available on Cranky Bugs, and Gordon and the Gremlin, available on Thomas Tracks iTunes. And both episodes are also available on Best of Gordon.
In a runaway family, Harold can hardly avoid having a high profile. He brings a welcome spot of dash to the quiet landscape whenever he appears. And it's often Harold I turn to when I need help from the skies. As you can see, Harold is white. His favorite saying is, "I'm off to the rescue." You can catch him in many starring roles, including Toby in the Flood and A Bad Day for Harold the Helicopter. But
It's the UK title, so that was a correction for
Harold
it.
has never flown anywhere outside of
It uses the UK title.
You will always see Harold.
The US title is A Bad Day for Harold.
His favorite island spot. You can see Harold in other exciting
Oh, Toby and the Flood is available on Races, Rescues, and Runaways. And A Bad Day for Harold the Helicopter is available on Salty Secret. Which A Bad Day for Harold the Helicopter, which is A Bad Day for Harold, is later seen on Engine Friend, which is also available on Engine Friends. So yeah.
Henry is a long, fast engine with a thoroughbred look. And like all thoroughbreds, Henry tends to be highly strung and prone to illness. As you can see, Henry is green. His favorite saying is, when it's raining outside, I like to stay in the shed where it's nice and dry. You can catch him in many starring roles, including Henry and the Elephant and Something in the Air. Did you know that before his shape was changed, Henry needed special Welsh coal to create steam? You will often find Henry hanging out in the forest, his favorite island spot. You can see Henry in other exciting Thomas and Friends adventures on these videos.
Oh, Henry and the Elephant is available on 10 Years of Thomas. It's also available on Henry and the Elephant DVD, which is AK Gallant Old Engine, the take-along DVD of Henry and the Elephant. And the Greatest Stories. And For Something in the Air is available on Races, Rescues, and Runaways.
James is a medium-sized engine who likes to think of himself as a really splendid engine. He often boasts about his brass dome and scarlet paint. As you can see, James is red. As a matter of fact, his favorite saying is, I'm a really splendid engine. And you can catch him in many starring roles, including James Goes Buzz Buzz and James Learns a Lesson. But did you know that James was once repaired with a bootlace? Get to know him better at his favorite island place, the Sodor Engine Wash. You can see James in other exciting Thomas and Friends adventures on these videos.
Oh, James Goes Buzz Buzz is available on 10 Years of Thomas. It's also available on Best of James and James Goes Buzz Buzz, and James Learns a Lesson is also available on James Learns a Lesson. It's also available on Best of James and the Early Years.
Terence is an honest and hard-working tractor who has often been the subject of teasing from the engines because of his caterpillar wheels. As you can see, Terence is orange. His favorite saying is, my caterpillar wheels can take me anywhere. You can catch him in many starring roles, including Terence the Tractor and Henry's Forest. But did you know that Terence and Thomas have been good friends ever since Terence pulled Thomas out of a snowdrift? If you're looking for him, search no further than the field, his favorite place, where he is always plowing. You can see Terence in other exciting Thomas and Friends adventures on these videos.
Terence the Tractor is available on James Learns a Lesson. It's also available on Thomas's Christmas Wonderland, 10 Years of Thomas. Thomas's Christmas Wonderland, James Learns a Lesson, The Early Years, and Ultimate Christmas. And For Henry's Forest is available on Trust Thomas. Let's get to Duck.
Duck is a cheerful and busy little engine who comes from the Great Western Railroad. He likes to prove how useful smaller engines can be, which sometimes leads him into trouble. As you can see, Duck is green. His favorite saying is, we don't need diesels to help with the railway. You can catch him in many starring roles, including A Close Shave for Duck and All at Sea. But did you know that Duck's real name is actually Montague? Get to know him better at the harbor by the sea watching the sun set, which is his favorite island place. You can see Duck in other exciting Thomas and Friends adventures on these videos.
Oh, Close Shave for Duck is available on Thomas Comes to Breakfast, and For All at Sea is available on 10 Years of Thomas. It's also available on Percy's Ghostly Trick. Yeah. Got Elizabeth.
Elizabeth is a beautifully restored vintage steam wagon who believes that roads are much better than rail. As you can see, Elizabeth is red. Her favorite saying is, "I'm not old, I'm vintage." You can catch her in many starring roles, including Elizabeth, the vintage quarry truck. You can find her at her favorite island place, which is Jenko's workshop getting restored. But did you know that Elizabeth was my very first truck? You can see Elizabeth and other exciting Thomas and Friends adventures on this video.
Elizabeth, the vintage quarry truck, is available on Salty Secret. It's just one video when you select cover story roles for Elizabeth. Same thing as with Salty.
Mavis is a feisty young diesel engine who works at the quarry. She is full of her own ideas and doesn't take kindly to advice. As you can see, Mavis is black and yellow. Her favorite saying is, "I can do that for you all on my own." You can catch her in many starring roles, including Salty Secret and Mavis. But did you know that Mavis's best friend is Toby? You will often find her at her favorite island place, the Farquhar Quarry. You can see Mavis and other exciting Thomas and Friends adventures on these videos.
Oh, Salty Secret is available on Salty Secret, and Mavis is available on Tanners and Thomas. Mavis's episode is also available on Trust Thomas. Yeah. Got one more. Just Salty.
Salty is a hard-working engine who will occasionally work in the quarry and other island areas, but is happiest when he is by the sea. As you can see, Salty is red. His favorite saying is, "Yo ho ho, I love telling tales of the sea." You can catch him in many starring roles, including Salty Secret and No Sleep for Cranky. But did you know that I brought Salty to the island when I needed help at the Center Island Quarry? Get to know Salty better at the Brendan Docks, his favorite island place. You can see Salty and other exciting Thomas and Friends adventures on this video.
Salty Secret and No Sleep for Cranky are available on Salty Secret, so 2 episodes on one release. Well, folks, peace out and goodbye.